Order, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
We have a contemplator this morning.
Oh. If there are no objections from the members, who call for a short recess to get our contemplator. Will the Senate please come back into order? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Aquino. Senator Awa.
Here.
Senator Chang. Senator DeCoit. Senator DeCourt.
Here.
Senator Dela Cruz. Senator Elefante.
Here.
Senator Favela. Senator Fukunaga. Senator Gabbard. Senator Hashimoto. Senator Ihara.
Present.
Senator Inoue.
Present.
Senator Kanuha. Senator Keoho Kalole.
Ill.
Senator Kidani. Senator Kim. Senator Lee. Senator McKelvey. Senator Moriwaki.
Present.
Senator Rhodes. Senator Richards.
Here.
Senator San Buenaventura. Senator Wakai. Mr. President,
Present.
all 25 members are present.
Thank you. The chair has read the journal of the preceding day and approves the same. Are there any introductions this morning? Senator Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're honored to have Taylor Lane Damude, the Associate Counsel for Senator Mazie K. Hirono, visiting us here from D.C. If you'd stand, and with him is my staff member, Jesse Faig. Welcome to the Senate.
Further introductions? Senator Richards.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to introduce my staff. Coming from 202, my office manager, Marguerite Olson, my clerk staff, Reggie Garcia, and session hire, Meiji Chang. Please stand up and welcome to our Senate.
Further introductions? Senator Kanuha.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, I'd like to introduce a friend of mine, Alex Hetherington, and with him he has Lamros Sarmos. Welcome to the Hawaii State Senate. Please rise and be welcomed.
Is Alex's guest from anywhere in particular, Senator Kanuha? Senator Schatz's office, perchance? So that we have representation from both of our U.S. senators. Welcome, gentlemen, this morning. Do we have further introductions? If not, Senator
President,
Kim?
yes, I see up there we have Senator Iwase. Councilman served with me on the City Council. Welcome back.
But to be clear, he is a +1 today. Do we have any further introductions? Senator DeCoit, then Senator Dela Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd also like to recognize in the galley, we have with us Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke, who's doing an awesome job upstairs with the food bank. And if you have an opportunity, stop by every one of them with your wagon and purchase something to eat. Thank you.
Thank you. Further introductions? Senator Dela Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to make an additional comment that she's actually acting governor this week.
So far, so good. Any further introductions? If not, Madam Clerk.
On page 2, House Communication numbers 750 to 752 return various Senate concurrent resolutions that were adopted in the House unamended.
File.
On page 3, House Communication number 753 returns Senate Concurrent Resolution 192 that was adopted in the House in an amended form for agree-disagree.
Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move that the Senate disagree to the amendments proposed by the House to
Senator
Senate.
DeCourt. Oh, sorry. I cut you off.
Okay,
my
no problem.
apologies.
If you don't mind, I will start from the beginning. I move that the Senate disagree to the amendments proposed by the House to Senate Concurrent Resolution 192, referenced in House Communication number 753.
Senator DeCourt.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried. Conferees will be named at a later date.
On pages 3 to 5, Standing Committee Report numbers 1931 to 1939 for one-day notice.
So ordered, and to clarify, I said will, it is conferees may be named at a later date on the previous motion. Please continue, Madam Clerk.
On page 6, Standing Committee Report number 1940 for adoption.
Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move for the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 1940.
Senator Decourt.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried.
Beginning on page 6, Advise and Consent.
If there are no objections from the members, we will be taking advise and consent on consent.
Standing Committee Report numbers 1897 to 1912 and 1915 on Governor's Messages for adoption.
Is there any discussion? I know Senator Kidani had discussion on, I believe, maybe school facilities or Board of Ed nominees. Senator Kidani?
I rise in support of Governor's Messages 586, 698, 761, 774, and GM 777 through 781. Colleagues, I am honored to share that the Senate Committee on Education has moved to advise and consent on GM 761, Deanna D'Olier, to the Hawaii Teachers Standards Board, and GM 774, Wesley Lowe, and GM 776, Sylvia Lee, to the Hawaii State Board of Education. Further, the Senate Committee on Education has moved to advise and consent on the following nominees to the School Facilities Authority Board: GM 586 and 698, Jan Iwase; GM 777 and 778, Robert Davis; GM 779, Shelley Paiva; GM 780, Michael Unabasami; GM 781, Damian Kim. The wealth of experience in education and public service in our nominees will serve all of our public schools well, and I ask for your consideration for these crucial positions. Mahalo, Senate President. I now yield the floor.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Senator Favela and then Senator Awa.
Thank you, Senate President. I want to show my support to GM 781, Damian Kim. I'm not sure if he has time, but when I first met Damian a long time ago, the dedication that he shows to our communities, a lot of you guys don't know because he's an unsung hero. And thank you, Senator Kidani, for saying what you said. He doesn't like recognition. He doesn't want to be in the spotlight. And I know he doesn't want what I'm saying here. But this guy belongs to more boards and been more in the community out there. Believe it or not, I think more than me, even though I work 7 days a week for my community. But this guy gives his heart and soul in everything he do, and I have confidence that he's going to do really well for us. I appreciate it, and I want to show my support for him. Thank you, Senate President.
Thank you. Senator Awa.
Mahalo, Pelikikana. Please mark down my opposition to GM 586, GM 698, GM 780, GM 774, and GM 689. And if I could have another moment of discussion. Just like on opening day, I don't want to be the guy to do this, but, you know, while it's not illegal, for my friends at Civil Beat, listen up, 5 of the 8 people nominated in the education side pay to play, in our opinion, by donating to campaigns of voting members. GM 586, 698 has donated to 2 current sitting senators who will be voting on this, including our Education Committee Chair. GM 780 has donated to 10 voting members in this room, including 14 times to our Education Chair. And GM 774 has donated to 7 voting members in this room. Again, I don't want to be the one to do this, but Governor, send us some parents who are not politically motivated, parents that care about their children, because paying to play has no place in Hawaii politics. While it's not illegal, it's immoral, and that's why we're voting no. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Senator Favela.
Senate President, I want to show my opposition to GM 689. Thank you.
So noted. Do we have any further discussion? Senator Decourt.
Senate President, if you could vote, note my no vote for GM 689 as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? Senator Richards and then Senator Kanuha.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of GM 580, Dwight Takamini.
When we get to
Oh.
GM 580, you will have the opportunity. Thank you, Senator
Thank you,
Richards.
Mr. President.
Senator Kanuha.
Mr. President, in support of GM 726, and may I please have written remarks entered into the journal?
So ordered. Further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Do we have any no votes besides the 5 from Senator Awa, the 1 from Senator Favela, and was it 1 Senator DeCourt? If not, the nominees for said governor's messages have been confirmed. Do we have any late introductions for anyone who is just confirmed? If not, then let's proceed. I'm sorry, we did introduce the +1, so yeah, you do have at least one person for a late introduction. Senator Kidani, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to touch bases on all of these nominees. My honor to introduce the newest members of the School Facilities Board, Hawaii State Board of Education, and their guests. Please stand and remain standing when your name is called. GM 586 and 698, Jan Iwasi on the School Facilities Authority, joined by her husband, Randy Iwasi, former senator of my district. GM 776, Sylvia Lee on the Hawaii State Board of Education, joined by her husband, Ford Okamoto. GM 777 and 778, Robert Bob Davis on the School Facilities Authority, joined by his wife, Carol Davis. GM 781, Damian Kim on the School Facilities Authority. Joining them in the gallery this morning are Superintendent Keith Hayashi, Deputy Superintendent Tammy Oyadomori-chan, and Ken Kakisako, Director of the Policy, Innovation, Planning, and Evaluation Branch of the Office of Strategy, Innovation, and Performance. I would also like to extend a heartfelt congratulations to the GM's appointees who are unable to be here today. These education boards and authorities play a vital role in formulating statewide educational policy, appointing executive leadership, developing and modernizing our schools, our public school facilities, and supporting a qualified and effective educator workforce. These nominees represent the values, expertise, and dedication needed to support our students, families, and educators. Their leadership will help ensure that every child in Hawaii has access to safe schools, qualified teachers, and opportunities to thrive. Please join me in welcoming our newest members of the Hawaii Teachers Standards Board, School Facilities Authority Board, and the Hawaii State Board of Education. Senate President, I now yield the floor. Thank you.
Any other late introductions? If not, Madam Clerk.
On page 11, Standing Committee Report number 1913 on Governor's Message 580, Dwight Takamine, gubernatorial nominee, as chairperson for the Hawaii Labor Relations Board for adoption.
Do we have any discussion? Senator Aquino, then Senator Richards.
Okay, thank you, Senate President. In support of GM 580,
Please proceed.
the Labor and Technology Committee finds that Dwight Takamine's distinguished background and extensive experience make him well qualified for appointment as chair of the Hawaii Labor Relations Board and as a representative of the public. Mr. Takamine is a retired attorney with a career that spans the legislature, executive branch, and private sector. He has held prominent roles, including chair of the House Committee on Finance, also as chair as the Labor and Public Employment Committee, and director of Department of Labor and Industrial Relations, as well as legislative director of ILW Local 142. His dedication to fairness, public service, and balanced decision-making has earned him the trust and respect of both colleagues and stakeholders. I humbly urge my colleagues to support 580 for confirmation.
Thank you. Senator Richards,
Thank you, Mr. President. I stand in support of GM 580,
please proceed.
Dwight Takamini, we've heard his resume, we've heard his work experience. I'd like to touch on the man, Dwight Takamine. You cannot talk about Hamakua, you cannot talk about Big Island without talking about the Takamine family and what they mean. Yes, you've heard the labor relations, but we're also talking about what the community is and what the Takamines bring. It is my great pleasure to endorse my friend Dwight Takamine for this, and I encourage my colleagues to do the same.
Thank you, Senator Inouye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also rise in support of GM 580, Dwight Takamine.
Please proceed.
I also served with his dad at my entry into this chamber, and I was so proud upon the retirement of his dad that he replaced his dad in the Hilo Hamakua district, and he was also my House representative. He replaced me as a senator when I departed from this chamber in 2008, and he became a senator. Then he became the Director of Labor under Governor Abercrombie. He will serve us well in this role as the chairperson of the Hawaii Labor Relations Board. May I ask that the comments of the Labor Chair be entered into the journal as if it was mine, and I urge our colleagues to please support our friend, our former senator, and the new position he's being entered into with full support in his nomination and confirmation. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Senator San Buenaventura.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do not have prepared remarks, but I stand in strong support of my friend and former colleague, Dwight Takamine.
Please proceed.
Thank you. He and his predecessor, his dad, are the architects of the vast labor benefits that our employees in Hawaii now enjoy. Prepaid health care, TDI. His knowledge of labor law is vast. And the fact that he is willing to come out of retirement to share his manao in this field shows his dedication to public service. He is a friend of both labor and employer alike because of his knowledge, and he's a strong friend of the Big Island. And for those reasons, I urge my colleagues to also support his confirmation. Thank you.
Thank you. Further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Any no votes?
25 ayes.
Thank you. Dwight Takamine has been confirmed as chairperson of the Hawaii Labor Relations Board. Senator Aquino.
Thank you, Senate President. I'd like to introduce our new Hawaii Labor Relations Board Chair, Dwight Takamine. Please rise. Senate President, also joining the new chair is his wife, Carol Takamine. Please rise. Also like to ask that we hold our applause until we finish this very long list of guests and family members that have joined chair. His sister-in-law, Jean Remigio, DLIR Director Jade Butai, Deputy Director of DLIR, Bill Kuntzman, okay, his colleagues on the Hawaii Labor Relations Board. And again, when I say your name, please stand to be recognized. Okay, his colleagues on the board, Stacy Moniz, as well as Clark Hirota, Jan Kusakabe, Bill Hojijo, Ann Estacio, Susan Weber, Janine Abe, Nora Ebata, Joyce Matsumori Hoshijo, relatives and family members who have also joined us also on YouTube. Please rise. And again, welcome to the Senate floor.
Madam Clerk.
Standing Committee Report Number 1914 on Governor's Message 641, Christine Sakuda, gubernatorial nominee as Chief Information Officer for the Office of Enterprise Technology Services, for adoption.
Is there any discussion? Senator Aquino.
Thank you, Senate President. In support of GM 641.
Please proceed.
The Labor and Technology Committee finds that Christine Sakuda's extensive experience, background, and dedication to public service makes her highly qualified for appointment as Chief Information Officer. With over 25 years of expertise in leading IT transformations, including her current role as interim CIO, Ms. Sakuda has demonstrated exceptional leadership. Her tenure as Executive Director of Transform Hawaii Government and Hawaii Health Information Exchange showcases her ability to implement complex modernization projects and build sustainable systems. Additionally, her commitment to public service is evident to her involvement in various boards and commissions, further solidifying her qualifications for this role. In addition, Senate President, she is the first female and Native Hawaiian to serve as CIO. I humbly urge my colleagues to support GM 641 for confirmation.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Any no votes?
25 ayes.
Thank you. Christine Sakuda has been confirmed as the Chief Information Officer of the Office of Enterprise Technology Services. Senator Aquino.
I'd like to introduce our newly confirmed CIO, Christine Sakuda. Please rise to be recognized. Joining her in the gallery is her father, Alan Ma'i'i, Jennifer Ma'i'i, her mother. Please stand. Okay. In addition, we have her husband, Dr. Michael Sakuda, and children, Olivia Sakuda and Noah Sakuda. Congratulations. Thank you, Senate President.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
On page 12, Standing Committee Report Number 1929 on Governor's Message 767, Ka'uanoi A.D. Jackson, gubernatorial appointee to the Circuit Court of the Third Circuit, for adoption.
Is there any discussion? Senator San Buenaventura.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of GM number 767. I want to thank Judiciary Chair for giving me the opportunity to announce Ms. Jackson's credentials. I wholeheartedly support Ms. Jackson's confirmation. As a practicing attorney in the Big Island, members of the bar quietly tell me their support or opposition to proposed nominees, and everyone has spoken in favor of Kainoa Jackson. Several even flew in from Kona, a feat that is not that easy recently, as our Kona senators can attest to. As the Senate knows from the prior nominee's withdrawal, filling this position is difficult, and the governor's quick decision to nominate Ms. Jackson shows her outstanding resume. Kainoa Jackson has committed her legal practice to public service. She has worked in various capacities with the Office of the Prosecuting Attorney for the County of Hawai'i since 2007. Ms. Jackson progressed from Deputy Prosecuting Attorney to the role of Circuit Court Co-Supervising Deputy Prosecuting Attorney in 2021. She recently was promoted to the role of Supervising Deputy Prosecuting Attorney, where she oversees the operations of the Office of the Prosecuting Attorney's West Hawaii's office. She was also assigned for several years to reviewing cases focused on narcotics investigations, and recently was designated as a traffic safety resource prosecutor. It was in her early years as a district court prosecutor that I met Kainoa Jackson in a case I had against her. Her fairness in that case and in the cases thereafter is shown by the support of those whom she had litigated against. Ms. Jackson has been appointed to fill the vacancy of the Honorable Robert Kim, who retired last July as the Chief Administrative Judge for the Third Circuit. Judge Kim, who was also the 2023 Jurist of the Year for the state, flew over to the Judiciary Committee to testify in support. Ms. Jackson received her bachelor's from Chaminade and her Juris Doctors from the Chapman University School of Law, now known as the Dale Fowler School of Law. She has been licensed to practice in California and Hawaii since 2006. After reviewing the testimony, which was overwhelmingly in support, and other materials to the committee, and having examined the appointee in a hearing, your Judiciary Committee finds that Kainoe Jackson is qualified to serve as Circuit Court Judge and recommends that the Senate consent to the appointment.
Thank you. Further discussion? Senator Kanuha?
Thank you, Mr. President. In support,
Please proceed.
Mr. President, requesting permission to insert comments into the Senate Journal in strong support of GM 767 and urge my colleagues for their support as well.
So ordered. For the discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Any no votes?
25 ayes.
Thank you. Kawanoi A.D. Jackson has been confirmed as judge for the Circuit Court of the Third Circuit. Senator San Buenaventura.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am pleased to introduce our new Circuit Court Judge for the Third Circuit, Kainoe Jackson. Please, Judge, please stand and be recognized. Present with Judge Jackson and in the gallery, please stand and be recognized, are her parents. Michael and Joanne Kaneshiro, please stand. Okay. Family members Pina, Kaha, Ala, Eric, Kaylin, Daly, all please stand, and her Kaneshiro and Lu'uvai Ohana. Please all stand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing her with us, and welcome to the Senate.
Thank you, Senator San Buenaventura. Madam Clerk?
Standing Committee Report number 1930 on Judiciary Communication number 28, Sonia H. Toma, Judicial Appointee to the District Family Court of the Second Circuit, for adoption.
Is there any discussion? Senator Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before I start my comments on Ms. Toma, could I introduce some of the three people that I believe are here that were confirmed for other positions?
Proceed.
First is Governor's Message 726, Andrew Kennedy, the new member representing Hawaii Island on the Defender Council. Thank you. GM 737, Gina Gormley, reappointed for a second term on the Defender Council, representing Maui, I believe, is here. Yeah. And finally, Rose Kimna, a new member representing Oahu on the Commission on the Status of Women. I believe she's here too as well. Congratulations. Thank you, Mr. President. In support of Judiciary Communication 28, Sonia H. Toma, for a position on the District Family Court of the Second Circuit, which is Maui County.
Please proceed.
Thank you. I rise in support of Judiciary Communication number 28. Sonia Toma has spent most of her legal career in public service. After clerking for a year with then Judge Richard Bisson on the Circuit Court for the Second Circuit, she worked in the Hilo and Maui offices of the Public Defender for 4 years. Ms. Toma then worked in private practice on Maui and in Las Vegas for several years, followed by her role as staff attorney for the Family Law Self-Help Center with the Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada. In 2021, Ms. Toma returned to Maui and was an attorney with several government offices, including the Family Law Division of the Department of the Attorney General, the Department of the Corporation Counsel for the County of Maui, and most recently, Maui County's Office of the Prosecuting Attorney. Ms. Toma has also been a Kids First parent co-facilitator for Kids First Hawaii, where she facilitates parent group instruction in the mandatory Kids First program for separating and divorcing parents. Ms. Toma received her bachelor's degree from the University of Oregon and her Juris Doctor from the Richardson School of Law at the University of Hawaii, Manoa, where she was a recipient of the Maui County Bar Association Arthur T. Uyoka Scholarship. She has been licensed to practice in Hawaii since 2007 and is also licensed to practice in Indiana and Nevada. After having reviewed the testimony, the majority of which was in support of the appointment, and other materials submitted to the committee, and having examined the appointee in a hearing, your Judiciary Committee finds that Sonia H. Toma is qualified to serve as a District Family Court Judge on the Second Circuit and recommends that the Senate consent to the appointment. Mahalo.
Thank you. Further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Any no votes?
25 ayes.
Thank you. Sonia H. Toma has been confirmed as judge for the District Family Court of the Second Circuit. Senator Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm pleased to introduce our latest District Family Court Judge for the Second Circuit, Sonia H. Toma. Judge, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. Joining Judge Toma in the gallery are the following. Please stand and be recognized. The judge's husband, Derek Larman, their sons, Joey and Jensen, her father, Joe Toma, her auntie, Jackie Toma, a family friend, Matthew Combe, and in addition, the judge would also like to acknowledge the Maui prosecutor, Ohana, and other friends and family watching from Maui and beyond. Mahalo.
Rod, have you retired yet? Then we'd like to also introduce the administrator for the courts, Mr. Rod Miley. We haven't voted on your budget yet. I suggest you please stand when we called your name. Thank you. When we adjourn in about another 10 minutes, we will make sure that the sergeants escort our judicial, not nominees, our nominees that have been confirmed as judges to the floor, so the members will congratulate you and get photos. Madam Clerk.
Beginning on page 12, adoption of resolutions.
Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I move for the adoption of said standing committee reports and House concurrent resolutions.
Senator DeCourt.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried. Said resolutions have been adopted.
On page 16, final reading.
If there are no objections from the members, we'll be taking final reading on consent.
Final reading of Senate Bill 849, House Draft 2, relating to wildlife conservation.
Is there any discussion? If not, Senator Kanuha.
Thank you, Mr. President. Support.
Proceed.
Just requesting, again, permission to insert comments into the journal supporting SB 849. Thank you.
So ordered. Further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent? Any reservations? Any no votes?
25 ayes.
Thank you. SB 849 HD2 passes final reading.
Referrals and re-referrals.
Referrals and re-referrals are made in accordance with the supplemental orders of the day that may be filed later today.
Miscellaneous business, reconsideration of disagreement to House amendments and motion to agree.
Senator Elefante.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate reconsider its previous action in disagreeing to the amendments made by the House to Senate Bill 116, Senate Draft 2, and agree to said amendments.
Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Senator Elefante.
Thank you, Mr. President. The House amendments are stylistic and provide added clarity to SB 116, and there is a clean date of September 1st, 2025.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried. One-day notice is hereby given for final reading of SB 116 HD1. Senator San Buenaventura.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate reconsider its previous action in disagreeing to the amendments made by the House and agree to said amendments to SB number 946 SD2.
Senator Wakai.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
Senator DeCourt. Oh, I'm sorry. Senator, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Senator San Buenaventura.
So thank you, Mr. President. The reason for the agreement is that the House amendments are just technical in nature and it provides a clean date.
Further discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried. One-day notice is hereby given for final reading of SB 946 HD3.
No further business, Mr. President.
Are there any announcements today?
Mr. President,
I see the young man yielded to his kupuna. Senator Richards.
I feel very privileged to sit back here in the nursery. Mr. President, I want to take this a little bit of a late introduction, but it is well, we're supposed to have the Honokaa Jazz Band here for introduction. Unfortunately, the travel from Kona has been a little bit problematic, but I do want to say a few things about the band. First of all, I do want to recognize the Honokaa Jazz Band from the Big Island, which is a true gem. It's not just a school band. This is a powerhouse of talent, heart, and dedication. Under the leadership of Mr. Gary Washburn, who's been shaping young musicians for Honokaa for over 3 decades, the Honokaa Jazz Band has grown into one of the most respected student music programs in the entire country. Not state, but country. That's something to be very proud of. These students have earned national recognition, including the Grammy Signature School Award, which only a handful of schools across the nation have received. They have earned it not just for their skill, but for their spirit, for the way they represent their school, their town, and our island. This band has performed across the islands and on the mainland, shared stages with world-class musicians, and even recorded albums, including during the pandemic, which they found a creative way to keep the music going safely. That's the kind of commitment speaks loudly. But more than any award or performance, what impresses me the most is how the band shows up for the community. They mentor young students, they play for our kupuna. They represent what we're all about here on the Hawaii Island, lifting each other up and doing the work with humility and pride. To the students that I wish were here, oh, they are
just
here.
Walked in.
Snuck right in. To the students, I'm proud of you. You're carrying a tradition of excellence that makes Honokaa and truly all of us on the Big Island very proud. We request to enter the names at the appropriate time in the journal. To Mr. Washburn, a true mahalo for your decades of service. You've helped shape not just musicians, but leaders. Your legacy is a gift to the community. And to everyone who supports the arts, thank you. We talk a lot about investing in the future, and that is our future. That is our next generation. Let's keep it going, and I'd like to extend an invitation at 3 p.m. They'll be giving a concert in a rotunda or maybe just under the eaves if it's raining. Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome to the Senate.
When you submit a list of the names of the students in the band to the clerk's office, it will be entered into the record. And, you know, I have remembered previous Honokaa band members who have been here and played in the rotunda, and certainly my mom is either a 55 or 56 Honokaa High alum, and, you know, so always proud of where my mom came from. Senator Elefante.
Thank you, Mr. President. May I be permitted for a late introduction, please?
Please proceed.
I know the senator from Puna did introduce members from Judge Jackson's family, but I also want to highlight one member of the family is Judge Jackson's sister-in-law, who is my schoolmate from my alma mater, St. Mary's, Eileen Sam, and her husband, Mr. Jackson, if you could stand to be recognized. Welcome to the Senate.
Senator Aquino.
Mr. President, may I be permitted a late introduction as well?
Please proceed.
Okay, I believe we have a director in the House, a director of Department of Human Services, Ryan Yamane. Please stand. And I also believe there's the director of the Department of Budget and Finance, Luis Oliveria, who's also here. If he's not, please welcome him as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator McKelvey.
Thank you, Mr. President. May I too be permitted a late introduction?
Please proceed.
A late one. Since we're introducing directors up there, I see my good friend, Director of the Department of Accounting and General Services, Keith Regan. Can you please stand and be recognized? Thank you.
Further announcements? If not, the chair has two. The deadline to file committee reports on amended House concurrent resolutions to meet Monday's second crossover deadline is 4:30 p.m. today. The Senate floor action memo issued this evening will include a list of all resolutions scheduled for adoption on Monday. And the second, normally we invite cabinet members and judicial confirmations to the floor, but since we will be adjourned, Senator Aquino, if you'd wanted to have Mr. Takamine and Ms. Sakuda come down, let the sergeants know to assist you. If there are no further announcements, Senator Wakai.
Actually, I'm sorry, Mr. President. I wanted to rise on a point of personal privilege
Please
before
proceed.
the announcements of our adjournment. I really feel compelled to respond to the comments offered by the senator from the North Shore who claimed confirmations are somehow tied to pay to play. So you can add me to the list of people who've donated to the senator from Mililani, and I gladly do so because I really believe in her. And I think she does a fantastic job for the state as well as particularly for our educational sector. You know, these nominees that we confirmed today, they're all volunteers. They're not here to somehow enrich themselves by being on the school community council and to somehow tie that with somehow getting that position because they donated to the senator from Mililani. I think is just a ridiculous connection that you made earlier today, and really sullies the entire process that we go through in this chamber. And then rather than judging the nominees on the skills and the acumen that they bring, you somehow discount them purely because they made a donation and exercise their civic right to donate to people who they believe in. So to those who were just confirmed to the School Facilities Council, thank you. Thank you for volunteering and sharing your skills with the state of Hawaii. And also, thank you for showing good judgment and supporting good senators in this body. If you don't mind, Senate President, with that said, I move that the Senate stand in recess, leaving the journal open until 4:30 for the receipt of standing committee reports on House concurrent resolutions to be placed on the calendar for adoption. And I further move that the Senate convene at 11:30 a.m. Monday, April 21st.
Senator DeCourt.
Mr. President, I second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. If there are no objections from the members, the Senate will stand in recess, leaving the journal open until 4:30 p.m. and will reconvene at 11:30 a.m. Monday, April 21st.